Team Elijah Patrick Ewing.
Madonna Carter.
Select Mario Williams.
Irving from Duke University.
Marcus Russell, LSU.
Select
Carolina Panthers select
University of
Cam Newton. Quarterback,
Paolo Banchero from Duke University.
Shalom, Most High in Christ blessed. This is Cuts from the Streets. And we're out here at Keys Park in Dallas, Texas to get the thoughts of our people, see what they thinking. You know, a lot of them out here playing basketball, soccer, tennis, baseball, and we want to know, is sports gonna get us out the hood? So with that, we're gonna see what the people got to say. Shalom. Cuts from the Streets. I'm Officer Kadash, and I have with me
Andrew.
All right, Andrew, my guy. So what sports do you like to play?
I like football, basketball, and baseball.
Okay, I like those too. So let me ask you another question. Do you think sports can help us get out of the hood?
Yeah, I've seen a lot of people get out the hood, like football players, especially like black ones, like just get out of that kind of area.
What about Mexicans?
Maybe soccer.
Yeah, facts. I can see that.
IUIC Dallas, Soldier Josiah here, Cuts from the Streets. I got my man here with me,
Darius.
So Darius, we out here, we see our people playing basketball, and question for you, why do so many of our people gravitate to sports?
I mean, being black, you already know we all athletic anyway, but most sports, you know, it's just poetry. So being able to, you know, come out to the court and just meet some random people and connect with them. Like, they can be complete strangers, and, you know, you'll come out here and leave best friends. So, you know, I guess just the sports bring the community together real well.
Got Dallas. Here with me, I have
Karen.
I have Karen with me. So Karen, I know you say you don't watch sports, but you know a lot of our people indulge in sports, correct?
Correct.
Now, let me ask you this. Do you think sports is a remedy for our people to get out of the conditions that we're currently in?
Sometimes.
Sometimes? Elaborate.
It gets us out of conditions that we're in. However, these kids should be taught how to use their resources that they're given. A lot of them get in trouble. A lot of them don't know what to do with the money as soon as they get it.
Right.
So I think these kids, and they're mostly kids, they should be taught. They should have class 101 on what to do with their money.
All right, here, and I got with me here
Ivan.
So Ivan, I seen you over there hooping, man. You was getting some buckets, but question, will sports get our people out of the condition that we're currently in?
My opinion is yes. Because of that is like, you know, if you have the dedication and like the drive to get out of the hood and you really want to make it and you go the path you want to path, and that's sports. I mean, you have the dedication to keep going and do what you want to do. I mean, that's all you need for sure.
So, okay, cool. So I know that a lot of times, like you said, in Oak Cliff, I grew up in Pleasant Grove, and a lot of areas around the Metroplex and all over the country, we are kind of brought up into sports though, as from a young age, from adolescence, right? Yeah. Why do you think that is?
I mean, as far as my dad brought me into basketball, so I guess it's just a generational thing. Right. So, I mean, you know, the game is always evolving, always changing. I mean, if I could bring my kids into it, like I said, it's just about generational.
Gotcha. You believe in the Bible?
Yeah, of course.
My man. So in the Bible, the 12 tribes of Israel are the so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. Have you heard that?
No.
So we are God's chosen people, the Israelites. During the time of the Maccabean period, during the Greeks' reign, they forced us into Greekish fashions, and we know that sports falls into the bucket of Greekish fashions. Did you know that?
No, not at all.
So football, basketball, baseball, none of that was started by us. Our custom was to keep God's law, statutes, and commandments. But during that period, we were forced into keeping Greekish fashions, which sports encompassed that.
Yeah.
So I want to read something for you out of the Bible that show what happened to us and how we got into sports.
Yeah.
2 Maccabees chapter 4 and verse 13. Now such was the height of Greek fashions. an increase of heathenish manners through the exceeding profaneness of Jason, that ungodly wretch and no high priest.
So Jason at this time was trying to get the young adolescents to enter sports because he was getting benefits from setting up gymnasiums, from setting up the discus throws, the javelin, all of the stuff that falls into the Olympics and track and field, but it's going into, because every other sport originated from that stuff, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. So he was setting up gymnasiums and things all through the land of Jerusalem at that time, and he was getting paid by the other nations for that. Make sense? Right?
That the priests had no courage to serve anymore at the altar, but despising the temple and neglecting the sacrifices, hastened to be partakers of the unlawful allowance in the place of exercise after the game of discus.
So what happened was, we had priests set up. So to make atonement for our sins, we had to do sacrifices. And the people that did the sacrifices were the priests. The priests, it said that the priests no longer wanted to do sacrifices, but they wanted to take part in the discus. And they wanted to go watch the games. So they stopped doing sacrifices and started watching the game. This is showing that we were kind of forced into Greekish fashions, you see what I'm saying? Yeah. Away from what our custom was, which was serving our God. And one of the things that the priests were doing was doing sacrifices. That makes sense to you?
Yeah, so we basically just like adopted the sports without the, all the killings and stuff.
Correct. So that's how we got into sports. And then naturally we the best at everything that we do.
Yeah.
So we started to become kind of a spectacle because they say, oh, look how high that nigga can jump, or look how fast he can run. And now we dominate the sports, and we think that we should just pass that on, like you said, generation to generation.
Passing on our gifts.
Correct. And we think that that's all that we're good for, when we had a much higher calling in the Bible. So that makes sense to you?
Yeah, most definitely. Main purpose is serving God always. So.
Correct. Verse 16.
Deuteronomy chapter 28 and verse 16. Cursed shalt thou be in the city, and cursed shalt thou be in the field.
So when you read up in the chapter, this is Moses talking to the children of Israel when we came out of Egypt. He said, if we don't obey God's commandments, one of the curses will be that we would be cursed in the city. So what that's saying is, no matter where you go in the world, Dallas, Los Angeles, Miami, New York, you find the same people in the hood. Is that true?
That's true.
Cursed in the field, which was the second part. Our young men and our young boys make it to the professional levels, but they still end up broke. Isn't that a curse?
That's a curse.
It's a curse because they, like you said, they don't know how to manage their money. They don't know how to help their own people, so that if you help your own people, then you start to change and have generational wealth and things of that nature. We still look at our communities in the same condition, even though our young men are making it to the highest level in these sports, right?
That's correct.
So the Bible is a true book because Moses said that thousands of years ago, and we see it come into pass today.
That's correct.
So what should we do as a community to get our people out of these conditions?
I think we should teach them. Also, we should look at our past, because our past is going to show us our future.
Correct.
And help one, the saying, teach one, help one, or we got to teach each other.
Correct.
And not let it be about bringing each other down. But a lot of us don't want anybody to tell us anything, that we know it all. And then social media, it's got a lot of us now. I'm on TikTok now, eating TikToks while I walk.
Right.
But social media, that's a curse.
Correct. And you spot on, sister. So if we go back to our history, which is the Bible, and we go back to God's commandments, I think we could right our wrong. What you think?
I think so.
So when it says cursed shalt thou be in the city, no matter which city you go to, Dallas, Los Angeles, Miami, all over the world, you find the same people, the blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. But it also said cursed in the city.
And cursed shalt thou be in the field.
So what do we call the place that we play football on?
A football field.
The football field. What do we call the baseball?
Baseball field.
The baseball field, the diamond, right? Yeah. So even though our people make it to the highest level, which is professional sports, they still, 80% of them still have to end up getting a job. Almost all of them, 100% of them can't do anything for their own people because just like Kyrie Irving, when he said that we were the people, were you privy to that?
I don't think so.
When Kyrie Irving said that we were the real Jews and they took his job away from him?
Yeah.
You remember that?
Yeah, yes sir, yeah.
So when we try to uplift our people and bring out the truth of who we are, they take away your job. So even in the field, we're still cursed. That makes sense to you?
Yes sir.
So, and all of that comes from our disobedience and not keeping the commandments. So the way that we get up out of these conditions is not by playing basketball, which we all love. We love sports, right?
Yes,
but what we need to do is keep the commandments. That makes sense?
Yes sir.
So what we need to do, Ivan?
Keep our commandments.
So we back. So we heard what the people had to say. They think that sports can get our people out the hood. Quite naturally, they thinking individually. That's what Babylon has done. It has made us individuals versus thinking the totality of our people, getting the whole picture. But we went out here, we showed them the scriptures and showed them how we can get out of these conditions with God's commandments. And with that, we say, Shalom.